running back is Adam Krolikowski, 200 pounds and a senior. And the quarterback is David Kavanaugh, 190-pound senior. And we'll be set to kick this one off between Wood River and Gothenburg. We'll do that just momentarily here. We'll remind you that you're listening to Power 99, KKPR, 98.9 FM in Kearney, Nebraska. And we're just about ready to go here as Wood River will have the football first, as they have won the toss in a sense and will receive to start the ball game here. And we'll remind you that you're listening to Power 99, KKPR, 98.9 FM in Kearney, Nebraska. Both teams getting ready, and this is what football is all about. A couple of pretty good football teams, and the winner advances, the loser goes home.
Yeah, it's that time of year where the strongest team survives here, and the team that wins goes on to play, and the other team starts for the basketball season, which doesn't disappoint me at all, but that's all right.
Tom Hicken will kick things off here for the Swedes. The Swedes will be in their road white tops and their gold pants and maroon helmets, while the Eagles, of course, at home here, wearing the purple tops and kind of the silver pants with the white helmets, kind of reminiscent of the Philadelphia Eagles, but actually a better color scheme than the Philadelphia Eagles, if you ask me. And we're just about ready to go here, as Wood River will have the football first. The kickoff is underway, kind of a little squib kick. It's going to be picked up on the bounce, and running on the right side for Wood River is Aaron Robinson. Robinson cuts it back to the left, and really no room to run there, and he is swarmed under at the 15-yard line. Good special teams coverage for Gothenburg.
It really was. They swarmed down well and just shut Robinson off. They had about two people down there, broke through the wedge real hard, and just shut him down.
So it will be 1st and 10 for Wood River. They're going to spot the ball. We'll call it on the 16-yard line. And Kavanaugh, the quarterback, will bring him up. He has Robinson and also Brazino in the backfield with him as they switch the footballs, and we're just about ready to go here. We'll see what they decide to do here on 1st and 15. Wide out to the right side, and here comes Kavanaugh. As he calls out the signal, he's going to drop back the pass, rolling to his right, looking for Johnson. Johnson makes the catch, turns the corner, breaks the tackle. He's in the open, cuts the ball inside the 45. He's going to go for a touchdown unless they can make some coverage. He cuts back to the inside, will pick up one more block and go in for a touchdown. 84 yards, two nice moves by Nathan Johnson as he made the catch on the outside, broke one tackle, cut it to the outside again, faked out one player, and then came all the way to the left. Great job of running in the open field, and just like that, Wood River has struck for a 6-0 lead.
That was just a tremendous run by Johnson after he got the ball. He looked like he was going to be stopped for just about a 10-yard gain over by the sidelines and just took off upfield, and there was no catching him.
He ran through one tackle and did a great job of eluding the defense and then using his blockers to the advantage. Here comes the try for point. The snap is down. The kick is up, and it is a high one, and it is good. So the extra point by Burkholz makes it 7-0 Wood River. We're only 24 seconds into the ball game. We'll have Wood River's kickoff when we come back after this.
A few nails, glue, and teamwork make the Wood River Eagles #1. Good luck from S.A. Foster Lumber Company, your full-service lumber and hardware store in Wood River. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, 8 to noon on Saturday. S.A. Foster Lumber of Wood River.
Heartland Co-op, serving South Central Nebraska, wishes the best to the Wood River coaching staff, the boys, the cheerleaders, and the students. You're all winners. Good luck from Heartland Co-op, serving South Central Nebraska.
Well, it didn't take long for Wood River to get on the board. Nice catch by Johnson out there. It looked like about a 10-yard gain, broke one tackle, and then did a great job of running with the football, eluding the defense. When the defense kind of closed in on him, he took the angles away from him by cutting across the field. A great catch and run by Nathan Johnson, and it's 7-0 Wood River, as now the Eagles will kick off to the Swedes. The foot goes into it. It's a nice arcing kick. It's picked up at the 10-yard line on the far side over there. With it is Easterday, and Easterday breaks a couple tackles, gets to the outside, and makes a nifty return out to the 36-yard line. Looked like a real pile of Swedes over there, and it didn't look like it was going to be able to get through. But bounced out of the pile, so a nice return, and Gothenburg really with pretty good field position as they'll start at 1st and 10 from the 36.
That was a case where he just ran right into his wedge, it seemed like, and they just kept pumping upfield and got him about 10, 15 more yards.
He was behind a bunch of white jerseys, and the guys in purple couldn't get a hand on him. So here comes the power I formation, as they'll send a wing back wide to the right, but they'll go with 2 tight ends. And Gothenburg with the long count, and there's a fumble on the snap, and the quarterback has to fall on the football. Jeff Ellis makes the recovery, but it's going to be a loss of about 3. No, they changed the call, and Wood River's got the football. I think one of the referees said that made it look like Gothenburg had the football, but instead the Eagles have it, and they have it 1st and 10 from the 35. So Gothenburg goes out of the frying pan and into the fire. First turnover of the ball game sets Wood River up in great field position. They've only run play from scrimmage so far, and that one went for 84 yards and a touchdown. It's going to be a tough act to follow here for Wood River.
Not a way to start the football game if you're Gothenburg, on the road especially.
As they run the risk of getting buried early in this one. Kavanaugh's going to drop back to pass, pump fake, looking for Johnson again, throws it deep, and it's caught by Johnson, but it is out of bounds. Not able to make the catch on the far side. Ellis on defense was able to put on pretty good coverage on Nathan Johnson, and I think Johnson is going to be a featured target tonight as they've run 2 plays, both of them about the same, an out down the sideline.
Johnson just ran a chair out that time and actually had his man beat out the sideline, but the pass was just out of bounds.
Made a nice catch, but didn't have enough real estate over there. So it'll be 2nd and 10 here for the Eagles. And they'll run the option. Kavanaugh's going to keep it himself, tuck it up, lean forward, gain about 3, and it's going to set up now 3rd and 7. But this probably is 4-down territory for Wood River. After all, the way their offense is moving the football, you probably want to run as many offensive plays as you can, and it's going to be probably too long for the field goal and too short to punt. But we'll see what happens after 3rd and 7 here. 3rd and 7 from the 33 for the Eagles. Johnson split out wide to the right side. That's the short side of the field. And they'll come in the pro formation. Kavanaugh, just a quick count, is going to roll to the right, pump fakes, throws, and it's caught on the far sideline, breaks 1 tackle, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Wood River as it's caught along the sideline by the wide out on the left side, and that is Justin Paulk. Nice little just catch and throw, nothing fancy about the pattern really, just a little out, and Kavanaugh with good timing got the ball there just as the receiver broke open, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 17.
It was just a nice little out route that time, and he just was wide open and got the yardage for the 1st down.
And that the defense wasn't bad. Coverage was there, but not quite good enough. Kavanaugh is going to hand it up to his up back. That's Robinson. Robinson threw a big hole right up the middle and in for the touchdown. Great hole right up the middle, and he carried 2 Swedes for the last 5 yards for the touchdown. 17-yard run right up the middle for Robinson, and it is 13-0, and we've only played a minute and a half of football. Burkholz will try to make it 14-0 Wood River over Gothenburg, and right now the Swedes have got to wonder what hit them.
Yeah, that's really not the way to start a game if you're on the road. It's just not the way that Gothenburg really wanted to get things going tonight.
Well, Burkholz puts his foot into it. This is a high, strong kick right through the middle, and it's 14-0 Wood River. We're back with the Eagles kickoff after this.
JR at Thalen Grain knows what time it is. It's playoff time, and it's time to rock and roll. And for area farm families, JR says it's harvest time. Good luck to everyone from Thalen Grain Company, Wood River.
Casey's General Store wishes the Wood River football team and cheerleaders good luck and good times. And don't forget to stop by Casey's General Store in Wood River after the big game for all the good stuff. Go team!
Welcome back here to Wood River. The first play from scrimmage for the Eagles was an 86-yard touchdown. The first play from scrimmage for Gothenburg was a fumble recovered by Wood River, and it's 14-0 Eagles as they're getting set to kick it off again. Doing the kicking off chores will be Adam Krolikowski for the Eagles, and this is all Wood River, but we've only played a minute and a half of football. Krolikowski with a nice run up to it, and it's picked up on the left side there by Easterday. He's going to try to follow his blockers right up the middle, takes it outside the 25, cuts back into the 30, and is smacked down there. First one down there for the Eagles. We'll wait for him to come up on the pile, I believe, is Pauk. Yeah, it is Pauk that comes up with the tackle on special teams. not bad field position here for Gothenburg. They have a 1st and 10 from the 29.
This is really a time for Gothenburg to just settle down and get a good sustained drive here and try to put some points on the board.
They don't need to abandon their game plan here. They just need to handle the exchange and just run their offense. They'll go in the 2 tight end set, wide out, wide to the right. Actually, the wingback is split out wide to the right. I formation here, and they'll hand the ball off to the tailback on the left side, and getting hit in the backfield is Pramberg. Pramberg pulled down from behind by Robinson, and we're going to be mentioning his name a lot on defense tonight as he pursues from his linebacker spot and kind of pulls that one down from the backside. It's going to be a loss of 2 on the, well, loss of 1, we'll call it, as they move the ball inside the 29-yard line to about the 28. So it's a loss of 1, and for Gothenburg, exactly what they don't want to have happen here, as they want to end up being in 3rd and short situations so they can stay with the running game. I formation again, and they're going to run the bootleg. With it is Ellis. Ellis with a nice seam right up the middle, brings it across the 40, breaks another tackle, and has a 1st down about the 44-yard line. Depends where they spot it, but the naked bootleg, and that literally is where Jeff Ellis faked the handoff and put the ball right on his hip as he carried the ball for the first 7 yards of that run right in his back pocket.
It really was, and Ellis is not a real small kid. He's only clocks in at 150 pounds, but he looked big turning that corner that time.
He stood upright, and then once pressure came, he put his head down. He's got big shoulder pads for a quarterback.
He sure does.
2 tight end set again. Wing back wide out to the right. I formation. And Ellis is just going to hand it off to his fullback. Breaking through a big hole right up the middle is Golter. And Golter comes up with a nice run of about 8 or 9, depending upon the spot, as they're going to have it 2nd and very short here. And for Gothenburg, again, 1st down is going to be key for their offense so they can keep with the running formation. And right now, as they have it now only 2nd and 1, they can fake the handoff up the middle and throw it deep and still have another down and get the 1st down.
Gothenburg's running attack right now, the past 2 plays have looked really good. They dominated Wood River off the line.
And again, same formation, 2 tight ends, and they'll hand it off to the other fullback. That's Connolly. Connolly takes it up there, and Connolly looks like he lost the football, and he did, and it's recovered by Wood River. Fumble on the play by Connolly, and picking it up for the Eagles was Tony Krause. And so it's going to be 1st and 10 Wood River, the 2nd turnover of the game so far for Gothenburg.
It looked like he got through the hole there and just trying to get some extra yardage and just got stripped of the ball, and Wood River has just hopped on top of it.
And again, Gothenburg moving the ball very effectively, and they just turned the ball over for the 2nd time tonight. And if they don't lose the battle of turnovers, they're still in this ball game. But as it is right now, they are behind the 8 ball as Wood River with a 14-point lead has the football. Kavanaugh drops back to pass, throws it for Johnson, and Johnson perhaps maybe zigged when he shouldn't have sagged. He said there was a little contact there, which there was, but no pass interference call. Jeff Ellis there defensively for Gothenburg, and also dropping back in coverage was Nolan Golter. And Golter and Johnson and Ellis were all just side by side. Kind of looked like a eagle sandwich out there as they had 2 white jerseys on either side of the purple one. So good coverage there for Gothenburg, but again, good pass protection here for Wood River as well. They'll split out the backs, and they'll pitch it out right side for Robinson. Robinson trying to turn a corner, gets it to the outside, has the 1st down and forced out of bounds, has to jump over the bench, and virtually lands into the Gothenburg crowd over there. I think the best part of his run was clearing the bench to make sure he doesn't get hurt rather, as he was forced out of bounds on the far side over there by Golter. And again, they just got Robinson out there, didn't have a blocker in front of him, and just told him to get around the corner on the quick pitch.
I'll tell you that the tackle that time, Mcdowell had a crushing block. He blocked the defensive end, and he actually got a cornerback too.
So good enough for the 1st down. Wood River has it in Gothenburg territory, 1st and 10 from the 46. They'll put a man in motion. That is Johnson. Kavanaugh's going to drop back the pass, looking for Johnson again, throws it out. Johnson makes a catch at the 40, and he's going to be pulled down at the 39-yard line. The tackle made by Ellis. Johnson with a nice little catch, and it ends up being about a 7-yard gain after he's able to lunge forward a little bit. So it'll be 2nd and 3 here for the Eagles.
That kind of looks like Wood River's bread and butter play. If they kind of need some yards, that's the play they go to, and it's just been pretty successful for them so far.
Navratil comes into the ball game for Robinson. He'll play running back. as they have the two split backs, and Kavanaugh is going to hand it off to Navratil right up the middle. He's met by a slew of Swedes, a whole family of Swedes, if you will, and gains maybe a yard, depends on the spotting, but it's still going to be third and short. We'll call it third and a long 2 here coming up for Wood River. Actually got a little bit more than that. We're going to call it third and 1.
A swarm of Swedes, huh?
A swarm of Swedes. The whole family reunion. So right now, Wood River having their way with it, leading at 14-0 with 7:16 to go here. One back set, and the quarterback sneak for Kavanaugh. He's open up the middle, has it at the 30, cuts it back to the outside, and has it well inside the 30, pulled down about the 26-yard line. And it isn't too often you see a quarterback sneak on 3rd and 1 go for 10 yards, but we did right there.
That was just, he stood up, and I think he was expecting to get about a yard, and he's like, whoa, there's green in front of me, I better go.
Yeah, nobody's hit me. I might as well keep running. And Gothenburg, I think that quick count for Wood River caught the Swedes not just off guard, but I mean way off guard. They were not anywhere close to being ready to go, and there was a huge hole there for Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh takes the snap, drops back to pass. They're setting up the screen, and it is incomplete. Trying to connect with Robinson. A couple of defensive players there for Gothenburg really kind of messed that one up, as Jamie Steuben and Nick Wolf both had it pretty well diagnosed, and it's probably just as well that Robinson didn't catch the football.
Yeah, there was a lot of white around those Wood River receivers, so probably was a good thing it was incomplete, get them back to the line of scrimmage at least.
So it'll be now 2nd and 10 for the Eagles as Brazino comes out of the ball game. Wide out to the right side is going to be Nathan Johnson. They're going to send out another wide out to that side. That'll be Paul. No, he's going to play pretty much a wing-back position as they kind of go with a wing eye on the far side. One back right in the backfield. Puts the man in motion. That's Paul here on 2nd and long. The pass is tipped and incomplete. Trying to connect it over there with Jason Miller. A little hard for Miller and a little bit behind Johnson, so the pass just, if he actually threw a worse pass, he probably wouldn't have been able to catch it to one of those receivers.
He got a hand on the ball, and that's about all he could do.
So that's going to set up now 3rd and long here, 3rd and 10 coming up for Wood River. But again, at the 26-yard line, we're probably talking 2 downs here.
It's a key play for Gothenburg to kind of hold the momentum in their favor, if you can say that.
Kavanaugh comes up. They'll put the man in motion. Going to the wide side of the field now is Johnson. And they'll run that quick little inside counter. Not much room to run, but they're still going to gain about 5 yards on the play. And making the tackle on Robinson was John Conley. So Conley makes a tackle, and for Wood River, that's probably about what they wanted to do. They want to gain about 5 yards, and they have the ball about the 22-yard line. It's going to be a long 5 here for Wood River, but they're going for it here on 4th down at the 21-yard line. 6:13 to go here, first quarter. Kavanaugh brings them up. Man-to-man coverage on Johnson on the far side. Kavanaugh with the pump fake, throws it in underneath, and it is incomplete. Trying to throw a quick slant in to the wide receiver on the left side, the right side rather, that was Polk. It is incomplete, and so it's going to be 1st and 10 here for Gothenburg. And a moral victory for the Swedes after the second turnover. At least they don't give up any points.
It really is. If they would have put 7 more on the board there, I think Gothenburg probably could have gone the bus.
And there's still only 6:04 to go here in the first quarter. So it's still very early in this one, and Gothenburg can get back in it, but they need to get things going offensively. They're going to go with the 2 tight end set. They will have a wing back wide to the left, and they'll go with the I formation. And off to the deep back, and not much room to run there for Pramberg. And Pramberg gains just maybe a couple of yards on the play. So I'd like to thank our sponsors for helping us bring you coverage of tonight's district championship game between Gothenburg and Wood River. I'd like to say thanks to You Save Foods of Kearney, as well as the Bank of Wood River. So it's going to set up now 2nd and 7 from about the 25. We're at the 5.5-minute mark here of the first quarter. And still, we've had a lot of action in this one. You can play a lot of football games this time of year and only get 14 points scored, and we had that in the first minute and a half. Again, they'll go with the 2 tight end formation, and they're going to hand the ball off to Pramberg. Pramberg nicing up the middle and kind of bounces out of the pile and ends up making a gain of about 15. Looked like Robinson had him. Robinson definitely tripped him up after a nice game, but then he just kind of dove forward for another 5 yards.
Just a nice run by Pramberg that time.
And Pramberg he really runs hard, keeps those feet moving, and at the end there, after he'd been tripped up, he was able to take one more step and lunge forward and gain an extra 4 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 now from the 37 for the Swedes. This time they're going to break their two tight end formation as they have a wide out to the left, and they're going to drop back to pass. And they'll throw it in incomplete and almost intercepted by Wood River. Polk not able to hold on to the football, and that was a miscommunication between J.P. Thomella and also the quarterback, Jeff Ellis, as that one didn't look like they were comfortable at all, didn't know what was going on.
All the receiver did that time was went out and kind of pushed the defensive back and just kind of came back to the ball, and he actually threw it right to the Wood River guy.
It kind of looked like the wide receiver had a read pattern that he ran, and the quarterback and he didn't read the same situation. So it's now 2nd and 10, and they're going to run the option to the left. Ellis breaks one tackle, cuts it across field. Pursuit doesn't get there. He turns the corner, has a gain of 20, and is forced out of bounds. Nice little run there by Ellis, as Ellis was trying to run the option to the right, and after it was stuffed in the backfield, he cut back the other way, and there wasn't any contain, and he ends up making a nice gain for it on 1st and 10. They'll have it now at the 42-yard line. So a gain of 20 on the play. And again, Gothenburg, after they moved the ball well their last possession, are moving the ball well yet again here. And we'll see whether or not they can avoid the turnover. They've had 2 turnovers here in the ball game, and that has really hurt them. They're going to go with that 2 tight end formation, and they're going to give it back in the backfield to Pramberg. Pramberg cuts to the outside, then nips back into the inside, and ends up gaining about 3 yards as it just kind of dives into Robinson. Also down on the defensive play was Brazino for Wood River. Still ends up being a gain of about 3.5 on the play. So still, Gothenburg, especially since they're in 4-down territory here, gaining 3.5 yards of play is pretty much just what the doctor would order. This time they're going to split the 2 backs, still go with the 2 tight end formation, wing back wide to the right. Ellis calls it out, hands it up the middle. They pitch it back, and it's going to be a loss on the play. That pole is not in a very strategic location.
It's really not. I'm on one side of it, you're on the other, and we can't see anything.
Poor workman always blames his tools, but it is a loss on the play, and now it's going to set up now 3rd and 10. So Gothenburg has it on the original line of scrimmage at about the 38-yard line. I formation again for the Swedes. They'll split out wide to the right. Ellis, I think that's him, a quarterback, calling out the signals. He's going to drop back, kind of a 3-step drop, has time to throw. Lobs it out there open on the wide side to the running back, and Pramberg makes the catch and ends up making about a 17-yard gain on it. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Gothenburg. And nobody went out and covered the running back.
I'll tell you, Bush, that time they had the tight end. He was downfield, and he actually was wide open, too, and they just sent that back out of the field on a little out pattern, and he was wide open.
It was only about a 3-step drop for Ellis, and Ellis did not feel any pressure until right as he let go of the football. He got smacked as he let go of it, but he showed a nice job of courage, and his offensive line gave him time with only a 3-step drop. Split back formation, 2 tight ends. They'll hand it off on the left side there, right up the middle. Pramberg has room to run, cuts to the inside, and is finally pulled down about the 6-yard line. So Pramberg's going to have it 1st and goal here for Gothenburg, and the Swedes with a chance to answer back. We're inside the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. It's 14-0 Wood River, but Gothenburg mounting an impressive drive here as they'll have it now 1st and goal.
This whole drive has been Ellis and Pramberg. Ellis has completed 1 pass, and ironically it was to Pramberg, and Pramberg's run the ball every other time.
So Pramberg's going to be deep in the I. Golter is his fullback as Ellis calls out the signals. Going in the I formation with the 2 tight ends. And it looks like they hand the ball to Golter, and Golter doesn't have much room to run. Gains maybe 2 yards, depends on the spot. Looks like they have it inside the 5-yard line. So now we'll set up 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal coming up here for Gothenburg. And again for Wood River, if they can hold here, that would give them tremendous momentum as well and really take the life out of Gothenburg. So this is an important series of the next 3 downs. I formation again for Gothenburg. 2 tight ends set, wing back wide to the left. Long count here as they'll run the option. The quarterback's going to keep it Ellis. Ellis will knife in for the touchdown. As Ellis goes in virtually untouched, he had just a little bit of contact right at the goal line, but he goes in for the touchdown on the option, and is now 14-6 with 1:58 to go here in the first quarter.
That time Ellis had the option there, he had kind of a read option he could have given to his fullback, and he did the wise decision, just turned her up and ran in for the touchdown.
And made a nice kind of cut against the grain as well. Gothenburg is going to go for 2 here. They'll split the I-backs. They'll be in the wing-back, the pro formation. Ellis is going to drop back to pass, throwing for the 2-point conversion, throws it into the corner. It's caught, but out of bounds. It's caught on the far side, but it is out of bounds, so the try for 2 is no good. Our score remains 14-6. Wood River with the lead. They'll have the football when we come back.
The Aurora Co-op Elevator Company applauds the Wood River Eagles. Go team! Remember to let the Aurora Co-op Elevator assist you with field scouting, soil testing, and all your consulting needs. Aurora Co-op Elevator, Wood River.
Anderson Ford Lincoln Mercury in Grand Island would like to wish all the area athletes good luck. Come see all the brand new 97s. And if you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, Anderson Ford Lincoln Mercury has a great selection. Anderson Ford Lincoln Mercury, Grand Island.
Well, after getting buried for the first minute and a half in this football game, they trailed 14-0 at the 10:30 mark of the ball game. Gothenburg now has answered back with a touchdown. It's now 14-6 as they trail Wood River. And for Gothenburg, that gives them not only back in the ball game on the scoreboard, mentally gets them back in the game as well.
It sure does. If they would have gone into the second quarter being down 14-0, it would have been tough to fight back. But you look up and you got 6 on the board now, you've got something up there for yourself.
Yeah, points. Kicking off, kind of a short kick, as Wood River is going to pick it up. As running with it is Navratil, and Navratil breaks one tackle and brings it out to the 40-yard line. That's kind of like the opening kickoff of the ball game, as we pretty much given up on the return, and then Navratil just pulls forward and will get the ball out to the 40-yard line. Just this one purple jersey that carried the football bounces out of this large group of purple. So 1st and 10 from the 40. Good field position here for Wood River, as they've moved the ball very effectively. They've scored 2 out of the 3 times they've had the football. The other time they moved it pretty well and turned it over on downs on 4th and 5. They're waiting to get everything all organized, and here comes Kavanaugh, the quarterback. They'll split the running backs, and Kavanaugh's going to drop back to pass. Has time to throw. It's thrown, and it is caught, as Powell is able to make the catch at the 45, a nice little 5 or 6 yard gain. So it's going to be 2nd and we'll call it 5 here for Wood River.
Wood River's receivers do a nice job of running really precise routes. They go right out to where they're going and make just good cuts, and the ball's right there when they make that cut.
And they catch the ball first and then worry about the run later. A lot of times you'll see high school receivers especially try to run before they got the football. Kavanaugh's going to hand it off to his fullback, Robinson. Robinson breaks one tackle, bounces to the outside, brings it across midfield, across the 45-yard line, and he's pulled down there. Ellis making the tackle with a little bit of help, but it's going to set up now 1st and 10 from the 43 here for Wood River. Tonight's game also brought you in part here on Power 99 by Apfel Funeral Home of Wood River, Cargill Incorporated of Wood River, and Barney Insurance of Kearney. We're inside the 1-minute mark here of the first quarter, and we've had plenty of action. 20 total points scored so far in this one, and Wood River again moving the sticks. They have it 1st and 10 from the 43. Kavanaugh's going to drop back to pass. Has time to throw. Throws it. It's lobbing out there, and a nice diving catch made on the far sideline by Adam Krolikowski. It looked like that ball was going to be a little bit underthrown, but then Krolikowski kind of turned the corner, dove for the football, and again did a nice job of keeping the defense away from the football. I think he slowed down and then ended up diving just to make sure he would have separation to make the catch.
Again, they ran a crossing route that time, and they kind of a rub-off route, and it was just a perfect route, and it was just a great pass.
And Krolikowski, you can't argue about the diving catch either. They'll go with the pro formation, and they'll pitch it back to the tailback, Robinson. Robinson trying to turn the corner, and a great open field tackle made by Gothenburg's Pramberg. Matt Pramberg, we call his name a lot on offense, and he makes a pretty good defensive play there, as it's going to end up being a loss of about 7 on the play. So 2nd and 7 as Pramberg, not fooled at all, stayed at home, and that quick pitch this time doesn't work for Wood River, as they'll have it now 2nd and long.
That time Pramberg had just a nice eye on where the ball was and where it went and just got in there and got the stop.
And that is the end of the first quarter. And Thomas had a good time here for Wood River because they need to talk about what they want to do on 2nd and 17. We'll be back with the first play of the second quarter after this timeout.
Foots Convenience Plaza is your first stop in town and your last stop out of town. Count on Foots Convenience Plaza for coastal products, all your favorite snack items, and U-Haul rentals too. Foots Convenience Plaza, East Highway 30, Kearney.
Stop by Wendy's after the game for the perfect late-night snack. It's Wendy's 99-cent quarter-pound double-stacked cheeseburger. 2 patties of fresh beef served hot off the grill for just 99 cents. It's a sure winner with the after-game crowd. See you tonight.
Well, it's going to be second, and we'll call it 17 here for Wood River as they'll try to do on their first play from scrimmage of the second quarter what they did on their first play from scrimmage from the first quarter, and that's score a touchdown. Wood River jumped out to an early 14-0 lead. Only took them a minute and a half to score 14 points. But then, since then, these two teams have played fairly even, and it is 14-6 as we begin the second quarter. But a nice defensive play by Gothenburg's Matt Pramberg has put Wood River behind the 8 ball. But their offense is designed to be able to move the ball 17 yards in 2 or 3 plays.
It really is. It's a pretty quick striking offense, and you know they put 14 up real quick, and they could probably do that again.
Wide out, wide to the right. The wide side of the field is Nathan Johnson, perhaps Kavanaugh's favorite target. And Kavanaugh is going to call out the signals, drop back the pass, quick little hitch pass for Johnson, and Johnson makes the catch and is pulled down after a gain only of about 3 yards. And again, they're getting the ball out there to Johnson and just hoping he can break a tackle like he did on the first touchdown of the ball game. And it still ends up being a gain of about 4, and it's going to set up now 3rd and 11.
It's good coverage by Ellis that time from Gothenburg. Just kind of stayed right with Johnson and made a good open field tackle.
They kind of go man-to-man, but they have somebody on the inside to help as well. Kavanaugh is going to drop back the pass, throws it in underneath, caught by Polk. Polk with a nice move to the outside, cuts it back to the inside, is in the open, goes in for the touchdown! Nice little juke there by Polk. He made a nice move to get the first down, and then another little juke to fake out another sweep in the secondary, and he goes in for the touchdown.
That time Gothenburg really had Polk contained in there. He just kind of waited and kind of let them make their moves, and then he made his move and went in for 6.
So Polk goes in for a 27-yard touchdown, and it is now 20-6 Wood River, and they'll try to tack on the lead as they'll send in the kicker, Tim Burkholz. The snap is down, the kick is up, and Burkholz comes through. It is 21-6. Wood River leading Gothenburg. We'll have the kick by the Eagles when we come back after this.
Kearney Keno now with 2 locations, 2115 Avenue A, and the new location at the Big Apple Fun Center. Lunch specials daily. And remember,
where there's always room for you, Kearney Keno.
shop Target and Kearney for all your sports needs, from the attire to the snacks for the big game. You'll find all your sports equipment at Target, too, whether you're an amateur or a pro. Expect more, pay less at Target. North 2nd Avenue, Kearney.
Welcome back here to Wood River as the Eagles have extended their lead to 21-6 over Gothenburg, and Kavanaugh very efficient on that drive.
Yeah, he was 4 for 4 on that drive for 52 yards. Just good passing and making good decisions on where to pass and where to pass it to.
Krolikowski kicking off here for Wood River, and picking it up on the far side over there is Pramberg. Pramberg along the sideline, comes through the pile and is knifed under at about the 25-yard line. First one down there for Wood River, laying a hat on him, was Tony Krause. So Krause on special teams, also part of the tackle by Rico Zavala. So they team up and make a nice little stop right at the 24-yard line. So that's where Gothenburg will have it here. And again, the Eagles are maintaining their lead, and Gothenburg again needs to answer back to make sure they don't start getting swarmed under in this one. They'll go with the pro set formation this time. They'll go 2 tight end set again with the wingback split out wide to the left. Ellis will hand it off underneath to his fullback, and just kind of running right up the middle is Golter. Pramberg, rather, actually carried the ball. He was the split out to the wide side, and it's only a gain of about 2. And Pramberg really kind of a workhorse for Gothenburg at 175 pounds, and they hand the football off to him a lot.
The thing you got to worry about if you're a Gothenburg fan right now is they don't have that quick strike offense like Wood River does, and you can't let yourself get too far behind, or it's going to be tough for them to make that up.
Again, Gothenburg does not want to start relying on throwing the football. Ellis at quarterback takes the snap, and he'll give it to Pramberg. Pramberg off to the right side, off tackle, and the hole sealed very quickly. Great defensive play by Justin Paulk. Looked like a little bit of a scene there, and Paulk just came up there and gave him a pretty good smack. Ends up being a gain of only about 1, and it's going to be 3rd and a long 6 here for Gothenburg. And again, for the Swedes, this is not the situation they want to be in. They want to be able to run the football, but more than likely they're going to have to go in the air on 3rd and 7. They're splitting out a wide out to the left side. That is Thamala. So J.P. Thamala wide out to the left. I formation here for Gothenburg on the 2 tight end set. And the quarterback drops back to pass. Ellis has a man, and it is caught and knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Nice pass along the outside there, and the tight end, Daniel Gronwald, makes a nice catch as he came back for the football, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 40. And that's one thing about having the 2 tight ends set. Yeah, even on a passing situation like that, it's kind of easy to sneak a tight end out.
Gronwald's a big kid, made a nice catch that time, and just a nice pass thrown by Ellis that time.
It's just a little bit different look for most high school teams. I don't see a 2 tight end set coming at them constantly. Dropping back on 1st down is Ellis. Ellis being pursued and is going to be sacked in the backfield. Great penetration right off the get-go by Luke McTavish. McTavish came right up the middle, and I almost think they were trying to set up the screen, but they didn't have time. As McTavish came through virtually untouched, and Ellis backing up then had to run for dear life. And there was a little bit of penetration on the left side over there, so he didn't have any room to run, and finishing it off for the sack was McTavish.
It's a nice play by McTavish that time, getting in the backfield and then catching up with Ellis and just planting him.
So now it's going to be 2nd and about 16. I formation for Gothenburg. Ellis is going to bootleg off to the left, and Robinson chasing him down from behind is going to knock him back for actually a loss of about 1 on the play. Robinson not at all fooled and had the speed to close in on Jeff Ellis. Also defensively putting on a little pressure was Adam Krolikowski, as Krolikowski was kind of forcing things out to the outside and Robinson tracking down the play from the backside. So it's going to be now 3rd and 17 from the 35. They need to get the ball about to the 42-yard line. Actually, it would be, it'd be 3rd and 17. Math is really complicated for me. 2 tight end set again for Gothenburg on 3rd and long. Ellis drops back to pass, rolling off to his right. There's a flag down. It's caught on the far side, and it's going to be well short of the 1st down. And I think we're going to have a holding penalty going against Gothenburg. It is a hold, and it is against Gothenburg. So actually, this might be kind of a decision time for head coach Frost, whether or not to force him way back or be able to take the football.
I think I saw Coach Frost motion for him to take it, so they're going to kind of try to pin Gothenburg, it looks like.
And they are indeed trying to win the battle of field position as well. More than likely, they're still going to hold, and they're going to keep them well short of the 45-yard line where they were knocked out of bounds.
I think on this play that Coach Frost knew that Gothenburg's passing game is a little susceptible, so just going to push him back there and, make him earn this 30 yards they're going to have to get here.
I got $1 that says we see the draw. Any takers? It is going to be, we'll have to break out the slide rule here. It's going to be 3rd and about 27. And they're still going with the 2 tight end set. I formation. Ellis calls out the signal. And they're going to roll out to the right, pitch it out to Pramberg. Pramberg is going to gain maybe about 1 yard on the play. That one snuffed out very well by Wood River. Lots of penetration. And making the tackle was Alan Mcdowell. So a gain of about 2, and it's going to set up now 4th and 25. And again, accepting the penalty, gains Wood River about 20 yards in field position.
It's a good decision on Wood River's part. You can say that after it happens, it was just a good decision. And pins Gothenburg back. He's going to have to punt from his 10-yard line.
Good snap. Pressure on the ball, a low kick. It's going to hit down about the 45-yard line, bounce, and Robinson hasn't hit him, and Gothenburg's got the football. Looked to me like Robinson touched the ball on the muff, and it should be Gothenburg's football at the 45. The referees are talking about it. The Swedes got the football. Robinson backing away from it. It took a quick double hop there and went off of Robinson's foot. Robinson dove for the football, but by then it was too late.
It looked like he was trying to back up there, and it just caught his foot. It couldn't have caught much of his foot, just about the end of his toe.
You know, if he didn't have shoelaces on, it probably would have missed him by the width of his shoelaces.
Those were 12s. He wishes they were 11 and a half.
Those are 12s. He got big feet. First and 10 from the 45, and rolling out is Ellis. Ellis being chased, throws for his dear life. It's caught by the tight end, and it's going to be a first and 10 for Gothenburg. Nice jumping grab by Mark Abley, and Abley makes the catch. Kind of looked like Russ Francis out there, but there is an illegal use of hands on the offensive line for Gothenburg, so this play is going to come back.
Kind of a bad time for a penalty there for Gothenburg. Get a little momentum, get a good pass completed, and then have a penalty.
And Ellis has been running for his dear life every time he's dropped back to pass. That time he was basically like a fadeaway jumper in basketball. He was fading away to throw the football.
That's your best shot, best cut in basketball, is that fadeaway.
That's right. Can't stop me. You can only hope to contain me. So it's going to back the play up. That's a spot foul, and it's going to set it up first and about 27 from the 38. They need to bring it all the way across the 50-yard line to about the 35. So Gothenburg definitely in passing situation. They're going to have two wideouts, one back in the backfield, and they hand the ball off to him, and he is smacked clean in the backfield. McTavish there, Krolikowski's there. Also in on the play is Tony Navratil. And just absolutely nowhere to run for Nolan Golter. They're trying to run that draw play that I was only off a couple plays on. It went nowhere fast, and it's going to set up now 2nd and 29.
Somebody needs to go tell Gothenburg they're going the wrong way. 3 of their last 4 plays have been for negative yards.
And again, the Swedes are in a passing situation, and they do not want to be there. One back in the backfield, as they'll have 3 wide out, and they're going to look like they're going to fake the reverse. They're going to hand off the reverse. Cutting out to the outside now is Pramberg. Pramberg is diagnosed pretty well there by Navratil. And Navratil stays at home, makes the tackle, a very slight gain on the play, and Wood River not at all fooled by Gothenburg's trickery. Of course, you got to come up with pretty good trickery when it's 2nd and 29 because they're going to know something's up.
Yeah, reverse is pretty easy to sniff out on that play because that was a pretty open reverse and you could see it pretty easily.
Bramberg was split out wide to the right, and when he doesn't go downfield, the defense for Wood River starts yelling, and that one is well diagnosed. This time they go with the I formation, 2 tight ends, and they're just going to hand it off right off the middle. And no, they're going to keep it, and the pass is caught and then dropped on the far side over there, trying to get it out to Pramberg. I'll say one thing for Ellis. He does a good job of ball faking as he had his back to us, and it looked to me like he handed it off to his fullback right off the bat, but he was able to keep the ball on his hip, roll out to the right, delivered a pretty good pass, but it was just kind of stripped out of there by a couple of Eagles, and it's going to set up now 4th and 28 from the 38. So now Wood River is going to get the punt back about the same area where Gothenburg was trying to get the first down. So the fumble doesn't hurt Wood River, except in field position. And this time Nathan Johnson's going to make the catch at about the 35-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10. And Johnson, with pretty good hands, was going to back up and then decides to not let it hit the turf. Kind of runs up and makes a nice little catch.
That really was a key series that last time for Gothenburg. If they could have got a little momentum going there, they would have probably could have got better field position, maybe could have scored and only been down 8 points going into halftime.
But that penalty really hurt him right off the bat. And again, passing situations have not been kind to Gothenburg so far here in the ball game. One back set here for Wood River, and they'll hand it off to Robinson. Robinson breaks one tackle, spins out, ends up gaining about 8 yards, maybe 9 on the play. Finally pulled down by Gothenburg's John Connolly. And where they spot it, it's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to be now 2nd and inches here for Wood River. Just a quick little hitter off that one-back set. And spinning off a one tackle and then dragging another tackler for the last couple of yards was Robinson. So a nice little 9-yard gain here. Robinson and Brazino in the backfield. They'll pitch it out to Robinson. Robinson has the first down, brings it across the 50 to the 45, gains about 9 on the play before he is finally pulled down by Conley again. Conley's down there, and so is Daniel Gronwald, who's playing defensive end. And when the defensive end makes a tackle 9 yards downfield, your offensive line's done something right.
I'll tell you, this is the second play I've seen this. Alan McDowell, number 77, comes around there. I don't know if he's a pulling guard. He's coming out now. He just had a great block that time and actually took out 2 of the Swedes that time.
He's been playing the tackle position, but he's kind of a pulling tackle almost. This time Kavanaugh on first down is going to drop back the pass. Has time to throw. Has Johnson, and the pass is tipped. Ellis with the defensive play there as Johnson broke in underneath, and Kavanaugh didn't lead him quite enough. If he would have thrown it more toward the other hash mark, I think Johnson's got his second touchdown of the ball game. But as it is, it's now 2nd and 10 from the 45.
It was a nice pattern again that time by Johnson, and Ellis just recovered real well and actually jumped up and tipped the ball away from him.
I think that, again, it might have been kind of a read pattern, and the quarterback and the wide receiver weren't on the same page. Running the option, giving it off to the running back, Robinson. Robinson right up the middle, brings it across the 40-yard line to about the 38. Ends up being a gain of 6, maybe 7 on the play, and it's going to set up now 3rd and, well, it's going to be 3rd and 3. It's a pretty good spot out of it. It's going to be 3rd and 3 here for Wood River. 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Pretty well played ball game. 2 turnovers for Gothenburg has really hurt the Swedes. 1 turnover for Wood River has not really hurt the Eagles much in this one. Pro set formation. Johnson's going to come in motion, and now guy for Gothenburg thinks that he saw an offensive lineman move for the Eagles, and it is going to be illegal procedure against Wood River. And just making sure they noticed it was J.P. Thomella, who came through there very quickly and makes contact with the offensive line, draws attention to it, and now it's going to be 3rd and about 8.
That was a big body coming across the line that time. There was no stopping him, really.
So the 5-yard penalty will set up now instead of 3rd and short, 3rd and long here for Wood River. But again, the Eagles' offense is designed for things like this. Kavanaugh will take the snap, roll out to his left, throws it in underneath. It is caught by Johnson. Johnson breaks a tackle, has it at the 25, and is pulled down from behind. Saving the touchdown is Pramberg, and he was actually making the catch about a yard short of the first down, but the defensive player scraped off his backside, and Johnson almost goes in for the touchdown. Nice gain on the play. Sets up 1st and 10 from the 23.
He picked up 20 yards off that play, and that was just a nice route. I can't emphasize how well that these Wood River receivers run their route. They're just so precise and make nice cuts, and then the ball is just right there.
Kavanaugh now will have it 1st and 10, and Johnson will go in motion. And they're going to hand the ball off to Robinson. Robinson bounces off, brings it across the field, has a gain of about 10, and is finally pulled down about the 11-yard line. And again, Robinson just went right up the middle, but didn't feel any pressure off to his left side and brought it across the grain and has enough for the first down.
He bounced well out of the hole that time and just got out to the left side and just saw a lot of daylight and ran for it.
We're going to call it at the 13-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 13. Robinson comes out of the ball game for a quick breather after running very hard and very well on first down, setting up the first down. Quarterback sneak for Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh's going to gain about 5, maybe 6 on the play. And that might have been just a line call at the last second. But a nice line surge, and it's going to set up now 2nd and about 3. And Gothenburg wants to circle the wagons here a little bit, try to slow down Wood River. They call timeout. It's going to be 2nd and 3 at the 5 when we come back after this.
Kiss Yorp in Kearney.
Welcome back here to Wood River as the Eagles are driving the ball very effectively. Gothenburg trying to find a way to patch the dams in the holes in the dam. on defense, so they call a timeout here on 2nd and 3 from the 5-yard line for Wood River. And right now the Eagles' offensive line is doing whatever they want to do.
A lot of things have been effective for Wood River, and if you're Gothenburg and you're not being able to shut down that quarterback sneak, you know that your defensive line's having a little trouble.
So here's where the running game for Wood River is going to be key, because it's difficult to throw the ball from inside the 5-yard line. So we'll see what they decide to do here on 2nd and short as they'll go with the pro-set formation. Kavanaugh's going to roll to his right, throws, it is caught and then dropped. Good defensive play on the far side over there by Anthony Mann. And Mann was man for man with Pauk, and it's going to set up now 3rd and about 3.
I guess if you run that passing style offense, that's your goal line play right there.
And again, this is one of the problems of the offensive system here for Wood River, as it doesn't have too many flaws, but you can't really get open when you're at the 15-yard line. You can't push off the defense. Kavanaugh, though, is open as he just takes the quarterback sneak right up the middle, and he's going to be awfully, awfully close to enough yardage for the first down at about the 2-yard line. And the referees are going to come out to measure, and this is going to be a key measurement. It's either going to be 1st and goal for Wood River, or it's going to be, no, they decided they don't even need to measure. It's going to be 1st and goal for Wood River. And Wood River is going to go with kind of a power formation as they'll send in Alan McDowell, and McDowell is the guy you've been talking about that's come in and really made some devastating blocks on the perimeter.
I wouldn't be surprised if they run something to the outside here, and he'll lead the play.
And just a quarterback sneak right up the middle. Kavanaugh, not much room to run on that one. And Gothenburg says the football has come out, but I think they're going to whistle the ball dead. It's going to be short of the touchdown. It's going to be a gain of about half of what they need. It's going to set up now 2nd and goal from about 1.5 yards away.
2nd down and 1 yard.
So we'll see whether or not they run that again. And quite frankly, I run that until they stop it.
I would too, if you can get a good line surge. And Kavanaugh, at least he looks pretty strong out there pumping his legs, and he'll probably get the touchdown.
And Kavanaugh comes up. We'll turn around, pitch, give it to Robinson. Robinson dives in for the touchdown. Robinson started to fall, but moved his feet so quickly that he was only about 6 inches off the ground, still had his feet moving, and lunged in for the touchdown. So Robinson, with great leg drive, even though he was falling down, able to get in for the touchdown, just kind of find a little seam there. So it's 27-6 with less than a minute to go here of the first half. Wood River with a comfortable lead over Gothenburg.
Kolakowski and McDowell had nice blocks on that play to the outside that time and let Robinson get that touchdown.
Kavanaugh holds. The extra point is up by Burkholz, and it is good. So he's perfect kicking the football, and it's 28-6. Wood River leads Gothenburg. We'll be back with a kickoff after this. A reminder, you're listening to Power 99, KKPR 98.9 FM in Kearney, Nebraska. Let's recap the scoring for you. The first play from scrimmage, a great highlight for Wood River as Kavanaugh hooks up with Nathan Johnson on an 84-yard touchdown strike. Just a little 10-yard out for Johnson, who broke one tackle, made a couple of great moves, used his blockers, goes in from 84 yards out, and it was 7-0 Wood River with 11:36 to go in the first quarter. After that, the running game getting things going for Wood River as Aaron Robinson goes in from 17 yards out right up the middle. That's good for the touchdown at the 10:27 mark of the first quarter, and it was 14-0. Wood River capitalizing on a Gothenburg turnover on that drive. Wood River got the ball in great field position and just took it right up the middle, and they built that 14-0 lead. Then Gothenburg finally mounted a pretty good offensive possession as Jeff Ellis goes in from 4 yards out on the quarterback keeper on the option. The point after was no good as they went for 2 at the 1:58 mark of the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, it was 14-6, Wood River leading Gothenburg. Then Wood River is able to tack on a couple more touchdowns here in the second quarter as Kavanaugh again hooking up this time with Justin Pauk from 25 yards out. Pauk again made a nice run with the football after catching the ball along the sideline. He goes in at the 11:20 mark of the second quarter, and it was 21-6 at that point. And then Robinson again, this time running it from 1 yard out with 58 seconds to go in the first half, and the point after was good, and it's 28-6 here at halftime. And with some statistics, here's Ryan Lindquist.
First of all, for Gothenburg, their leading rusher is Matt Pramberg with 9 carries for 41 yards. Jeff Ellis, the quarterback, has 5 carries for 31 yards. And Nolan Golter, the fullback, has 2 carries for 7 yards. In the passing department, Ellis is 3 of 7 for 38 yards. And receiving, Pramberg has 1 catch for 17 yards. Gronwald, 1 catch for 15 yards. And Thamala, 1 catch for 6 yards. And Wood River is just the flip side completely, where they've dominated on the offensive side. Not so much in the rushing department, but in the passing department. Their leading rusher is Aaron Robinson. He has 10 carries for 77 yards. David Kavanaugh, the quarterback, 5 carries for 23 yards. David Brazino, the fullback, 1 carry for 5 yards. And Tony Navratil, 1 carry for 2 yards. In the passing department, Kavanaugh has thrown 14 passes, completed 8 of them for 177 yards. And that's a great first half of football. That's a great game of football for most high school quarterbacks. But the thing that got me was in the receiving department, Johnson has 6 catches for 143 yards in the first half. That's a season for some players. Justin Polk has 1 catch for 17 yards, and Adam Kolakowski has 1 catch for 17 yards also. But you look, if you can throw for 177 yards in a half as a high school quarterback, you're going to win a lot of football games.
You know, it seems like Wood River's thrown the football a lot, but they've only thrown it 14 times. They've just been very effective throwing the ball.
Yeah, a lot of their passing has been really quick. And as I said during the game, you know, that their routes are just so precise. The ball is there when the receiver needs to get it, and they're just making the catch. I mean, he's only completed 6 passes, and probably 2 or 3 of those probably should have been caught also.
And about 100 yards of his passing statistics are with guys catching the football. It's the yardage they've been getting after they've caught the football. It's kind of, you know, again, what reminds me more of it than anything else is Steve Young throwing to Jerry Rice. I mean, Rice will make a catch 5 yards downfield and turn it into an 80-yard touchdown. That's pretty much what happened on the first play from scrimmage. Johnson catches a 9-yard out and turns it into an 84-yard touchdown.
You said before the game that this Johnson was a receiver, and he's a great receiver, and he's lived up to that billing. 143 yards off 6 receptions. I'll do the math here real quick, which could take me a while. It was about 24 yards a pop. So he's getting the ball. I mean, 84, that came in 1 shot, but he's getting the ball. He's not only making the catch, he's making some great moves after the catch and just getting down the field.
But again, it's just a little thing, but most high school players forget to do it 1 or 2 times. Every time the ball comes to him, every time the ball is in the neighborhood, he catches it first and then worries about running with it after he makes the catch.
And that's not only Johnson. The whole Wood River team does a nice job of catching the ball, as you said, and then making the run. I'm sure, I think it's Carol Frost as a receivers coach. I'm sure she's drilled that into their heads numerous times, that catch the ball and then make the catch. And that's why Wood River's been successful over the years with their receivers in their passing game, is that they have the receivers that can catch the ball and then they make the yardage.
Yeah, they got their priorities straight. We'll be back and we'll kick off the second half. We'll do that after we come back from this timeout. We'll start the second half here on Power 99, KKPR 98.9 FM in Kearney, Nebraska. Randy Bushcutter along with Ryan Lindquist. And for Wood River, they probably aren't going to change much here in the second half.
I wouldn't change a thing if I was Wood River. Just keep attacking and don't let up. And this late in the season, you just play your ball game and play it to the end.
Absolutely. And that passing attack sometimes, again, one of the drawbacks is incomplete passes will stop the clock. But really, they only threw the ball 14 times in the first half, and that isn't that many, especially if you catch 8 of them. You know, it keeps the clock moving.
The way they're passing, the consistency of their passing game, I would just not change a thing.
So Krolakowski will kick off to start the second half here. So the second half is underway, and Pramberg picks it up at about the 8-yard line, trying to find his seam, cuts it to the outside, has a little bit of a gap, then cuts it back out again, and is knocked out of bounds about the 35-yard line. Defensively for Wood River, David Jancy comes up with the tackle for the Eagles. So it's going to be 1st and 10 coming up here for Gothenburg. And again, they need to start getting things going offensively, but a little bit early to panic. Perhaps sticking with their ground-oriented attack. And if they can cut it down to a 2-touchdown lead after their opening drive here of the second half, they still have plenty of football. I formation again for the Swedes. 2 tight ends. And Ellenberg gets the handoff in the backfield and also gets hit by a couple of Eagles in the backfield, including Robinson down there. And I think also Brazino getting a piece of the action as well. And it's going to be a loss of about 6 inches on the play. Absolutely nowhere to go from Matt Pramberg. They inadvertently called him Palmberg, which running back for St. Paul, Matt Palmberg. So Palmberg, Pramberg, you say tomato, I say tomato. 11:20 to go here, third quarter. This time they'll break the eye, go with kind of a pro set formation. Ellis going to hand it off to Pramberg. Pramberg turns the corner, and Robinson's right there, and he holds him up, and about 3 more Eagles come over to help him out. But Robinson's the one that stops the play after a gain of only about 2, so it's going to set up now. Well, actually, they're going to give him about 3. We'll call it now 3rd and 7 here. And for Gothenburg, again, 3rd and 7 is not the situation they want to be in. They want to be able to just keep pounding the ball at Wood River. But their ineffectiveness on first down has led to their passing attack, and their passing attack has not come through for them much here so far in the ball game.
Gothenburg doesn't have that breakaway receiver. It seems that they're wanting to throw to their tight ends, and they're the big guys. And I mean, nothing against big tight ends, but they're just not able to get that have that breakaway speed and take off like Wood River's receivers do.
Wood River's got the breakaway type, and the ball control type of receiver would be the strong suit of Gothenburg, but they still haven't given the quarterback enough time to throw the ball. After an official's timeout, we'll now have it 3rd and 7 as Ellis brings it up to the line, and he's going to drop back to pass, has time to throw, connects with one of those tight ends, and has it for the first down as he makes the catch, and Daniel Gronwald just drags it across the 50 to about the 45-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and 10. So again, kind of a ball control type of pass and catch there, and it keeps the chains moving. And they're going to say that he stepped out of bounds at about the 47-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 47.
Just a nice little drag route by Gronwald that time, and he just made the best use of the catch after he got it and just headed upfield.
So they get the first down here, and they'll split the running backs, and they're going to pitch it out right side for Pramberg. Pramberg cuts it off tackle and kind of just nice forward. Making the tackle on the far side there is Brazino. Brazino didn't really wrap him up, but he's able to kind of knock him to the turf after a gain of about 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7 here for Gothenburg. 10 minutes to go here, third quarter, opening drive of the second half. Gothenburg trailing Wood River 28-6, but the Swedes have the football. And they have it 2nd and 7. And again, they're going to go with that pro set, but the 2 tight end formation. The wing backs spread out wide to the left, and keeping it up on the option is Ellis. Ellis will pitch it to Pramberg, and Pramberg hit in the backfield, hit twice, and eventually is able to make it for a couple-yard gain. The ball comes loose, but it's after he hits the turf. And it's going to be a gain on the play because of the dancing and moving ability for Pramberg, but great penetration there for Wood River on the far side, and it's going to set up now 3rd and 3 from just inside the 40-yard line.
This option attack that Gothenburg's running, it seems that Ellis is not making any progress towards the line before he pitches, and he's not giving that running back. He's going to have to make 5 yards before he gains any yardage at all.
And I think the defensive tackle positions for Wood River really shutting that down. Quick pitch to Pramberg. Pramberg is going to throw, has a man, and it's intercepted as it's underthrown and then dropped. Intercepted by Morgan. The ball's dropped, and who comes up with the football? It belongs to Wood River. So give Morgan credit for the interception. He fumbled, and I think he also got a fumble recovery on the play as well.
That's the way to pad your stats there.
Dangerous way, mind you, but it is going to be 1st and 10 for Wood River at the 14-yard line.
Morgan had an athletic catch that time and just came down. I don't know if he got popped on the way down or the ground caused it, but just a great interception by Morgan.
And the ball was underthrown, a perfectly thrown football, and Gothenburg has the touchdown, but it was underthrown, and then Morgan made him pay. They'll be 1st and 10 here for Wood River. And Kavanaugh throws on the slant pattern for Johnson, and Johnson makes the catch, and it's a gain of about 8. And that was thrown between about 3 Gothenburg players, and if that's a 4 pass, it's probably a Gothenburg touchdown, but it was right on the money, and as it is, it's a gain of about, we'll call it a long 8, about 1.5 yards away from the first down, will be Wood River on second down.
We've given a lot of credit to Johnson tonight for catching the ball, but Kavanaugh's done a great job at getting him the ball.
There just wasn't much room for error on that pass at all, and Kavanaugh delivered a strike. Two tight end formation. Kavanaugh's going to keep it himself. Will bring it across the 25-yard line. Has enough for the first down. He is forced back after he brings it across the 25. They're going to give him enough distance for the first down. So 1st and 10 from the 25 for Wood River. And we'd certainly like to thank our sponsors like Anderson Ford, Lincoln Mercury of Grand Island, Boots Convenience Plaza of Kearney, as well as Heartland Co-op of Wood River for helping us bring you tonight's football game here on Power 99. And it would appear that we'll be doing another game Monday night, as that'll be the next round of the playoffs, the state quarterfinals. If Wood River is able to hold on here. 8 minutes to go, third quarter. Kavanaugh drops back the pass, fakes the screen, throws it to Johnson. Johnson wide open, is dancing around, trying to bring it across the 45-yard line, and eventually pulls it down. Made a couple of defensive players miss badly, but he didn't gain any yardage off of it. Don't make the highlight reels, mind you, because it made him look bad, but he didn't gain any yardage on it.
That goes back to Randy Bushcutter's high school era with the disco movement there. He was dancing and prancing around, and I was looking for the ball going around up top there.
Hey, when I was in high school, disco was dead, and we helped kill it. 1st and 10 from the 46. Disco. Wood River moving the ball. A wing back to the left side. They'll pitch it out to Robinson. Robinson on the quick pitch. Tries to turn a corner. Brings it across the 50 and is knocked down about the 46-yard line. Defensively there for Gothenburg is Anthony Mann. But still a nice little gain on the play as Wood River is knocked out of bounds after a gain of about 8. Again, just a quick pitch. They had one man out there blocking for him, and they just tell Robinson to just run as hard, as fast as you can, about a straight 45-degree angle for the sideline.
I think what you're seeing right now is it appears that Gothenburg's kind of tired. It doesn't look like they've given up. It just looks like they're physically pretty tired. I don't know if the cold's getting them or just the effect of being behind.
Man in motion for Wood River. That will be Morgan, as Kavanaugh will hand it off in underneath. And Brazino, with not much room to run, but it is enough for the first down, gains about 3.5 on the play, and Wood River moves the sticks and will keep a hold of the football here for just a little bit longer and take Gothenburg just a little bit more out of this football game. Really, the turnovers for Gothenburg have really hurt them because they turn the ball over on the first offensive possession. Wood River scores immediately, but the next 2 turnovers Gothenburg's had, they were driving the football and it stopped their drive, obviously. 1st and 10 from the 43 here for Wood River. Kavanaugh's going to drop back the pass, pressure, and he's being smacked by 3 players. And how he held on to the football, I don't know, but it's going to be a big loss on the play as he's back in Eagle territory, about the 45-yard line. And I think they came on some sort of stunt there, and the offensive line wasn't able to pick it up, and Kavanaugh knocked back for a big loss at about the 46-yard line. And they need to get the ball to the 31, so it's about 2nd and 23 here.
Kavanaugh went back on a 5-step drop that time and just had heat from both sides. I think his receivers were open downfield, but he saw nothing.
So Kavanaugh now is going to run the draw to Robinson. Robinson right up the middle is wrapped down from behind by the defensive tackle on the left side. Defensively for Gothenburg there was Jamie Steuben, as Steuben sniffed that one out pretty well along with Nick Wolf. Actually, it was Wolf that came up with the tackle after they come out of the pile. So it's a slight gain, but it's going to be 3rd and about 19 here for Wood River at the 6-minute mark of the third quarter.
This really right here, this play could be the season for Gothenburg. If they hold them right here and can get a good drive, they're right back in this game. If not, they're kind of taken out of it.
Kavanaugh's just going to run the option, cut it up underneath, breaks one tackle, cuts it to the inside, has enough for the first down as he leans forward. This kind of a quarterback draw. I don't know if they're going to run the option on that play or not. Looks kind of like the option, but he tucked it up underneath right away, and to the left side of the offensive line for Wood River opened up a huge hole.
It sure did, and Kavanaugh just dumped in there, ducked down in there, and he just showed his speed, and he turned it on the field, and it was just a nice run by Kavanaugh.
You know, even if that play wouldn't have gained first yardage territory, I like that call because it keeps the clock moving. And on 3rd and 18, is the chances of getting a pass to go aren't that good. Quick pitch here for Robinson on first down. Cuts it in outside, breaks the tackle, has it inside the 20-yard line. This looked like kind of a ordinary gain of about 3 on the quick pitch, but then Robinson just kind of runs through a tackle, turns around, spins off of it, and actually ran backwards for about 2 yards before he gets knocked down. Before it's all said and done, it's enough for the first down.
Again, leading that play was Mcdowell from his tackle position. Just led, and he crunched a couple Gothenburg defensive backs and the defensive end over there and really gave Robinson some room to run.
And Wood River's doing exactly what they want. They're moving the football, and they're moving the clock. Kavanaugh, handoff in underneath for Navratil. Navratil will get it to about the 15-yard line. Gain maybe of about 3 on the play, but again, it keeps the clock moving with 4:48 to go here in the third quarter. The Eagles trying to take the time off the clock and protect that 28-6 lead. Points will be nice. Taking time off the clock, I think, is right now what the coaching staff of Wood River is looking at more than anything on this drive.
Another thing, you look at the coaching this late in the season, you know, Larry Frost has been here before, and these Gothenburg coaches maybe just haven't been here, but the experience definitely goes to Coach Frost in Wood River.
Kavanaugh is going to drop back to pass, throws it in, and it is incomplete. Trying to connect with Krolikowski, and now it's going to set up 3rd and about 8 here for Wood River. And again, Gothenburg with kind of a unique co-head coaching situation as Craig Hakey and Roger Kaler, the co-head coaches for the Swedes. And they've done a real good job with this football team. But again, you know, you talk about the experience level, but Gothenburg as a team is very senior dominated. They may not have been in this situation before, but they are an experienced team.
Wood River just has felt such a tradition here with Coach Frost, and they just never have a real down year.
3rd and long. Kavanaugh's going to drop back to pass. A little bit of pressure. Finds a man, and he's open and caught awfully close to the first down territory. On the far side over there is Pauk. And it depends on the spot. And again, it's going to be a decision, I think, coming up here as it looks like it's going to be short. No, it's enough for the first down. The ball on the far side over there, and I misinterpreted the body language of the referee over there. But it's enough for the first down and a big play for Kavanaugh and Pauk. There was a little bit of pressure that time coming after Kavanaugh. Had enough time to throw and kind of underthrew Pauk a little bit because he really couldn't step into the pass because of the pass rush. But it's 1st and goal from the 8 for Kavanaugh and the Eagles. Kavanaugh is going to run the option, hand it off underneath to his fullback, and it's going to be a gain of about 2 on the play. And the referees are huddling up here. No, there is a flag on the play, and it's going to be a hold against Wood River. So the hold is going to back up the Eagles after they've been driving it down to 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. And again, that's just a quick hitter, and if there's a spot not to have a holding penalty, it would be right there because you just have to get body on body down there.
And this penalty really backs Wood River up to about the 15-yard line, and it kind of opens up their passing game. Actually, this may be better for Wood River with their style of offense than being on the 5-yard line.
Well, it will be 1st and goal from the 16, except Wood River has been trying to run the football to try to keep the clock moving, and now they're probably in a passing situation on 1st and 16. Dropping back is Kavanaugh. Rolling out to his right, throws it in underneath, and went right between the 8 and the 9 of Gothenburg's Daniel Gronwald. Gronwald had it out there, but didn't have his hands up to catch the football, and had he been able to make the catch, the interception for Gothenburg would have set him up in pretty good field position. But it stops the clock with 3.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Wood River's run a real nice ball control drive this drive here, and have run about 5.5 minutes off the clock.
Tonight's game brought to you in part on Power 99 by Thielen Grain of Wood River, your Kearney Wendy's restaurants, and by Kearney Keno. A big 2nd and 16, 2nd and goal from the 16. Pitch to Robinson. Robinson loses the football, dives back on it, and it looks like he's able to retain possession. Gothenburg says they have the football, but Robinson's right there, and it is, whose football is it? They're going to unstack things, and Robinson comes up with the football. Robinson's disappointed with his effort, but he made a good job of falling on the football. A good heads-up play, and trying not to make too many things happen there. The important thing is just maintain possession of the football.
A lot of kids would have tried to scoop that ball up and try to get ahead for a couple more yards, but Robinson did the smart thing and just jumped on the ball.
So I think right now for Wood River, they would be content to set up Tim Burkholz with some sort of field goal attempt here. They probably need to gain about 10, but it's going to be 3rd and goal from about the 20. And Kavanaugh's going to drop back to pass, trying to throw the out to Johnson. Johnson makes the catch at the 5. Nice diving catch for Nathan Johnson. Getting the ball out there where only Johnson could catch it, and Johnson with a nice grab has it now, and it'll be 4th and goal from the 5.
That was just a whale of a catch by Nathan Johnson that time. He just laid out and caught the ball, and he's a great receiver, folks. You're probably going to see this kid playing on Saturdays next year.
Well, I do know that there are coaches looking at Mr. Johnson, and for good reason. He is one of the best wide receivers in this part of the state. And he is split out wide to the left. The Eagles are going to go for it here on 4th and goal from the 5. Quick pitch out to Robinson. Robinson trying to turn the corner. Cuts it back to the inside and actually will lose about a half yard on 4th and goal. So the Swedes hold defensively, even though they don't get points out of it, though. That is a good drive for Wood River as they take a lot of time off the clock, as they took about 7 minutes off the clock. And a couple more drives like that, and they can make plans for Monday. And again in Class C1, after they determine the 8 finalists, the 8 quarterfinalists in Class C1, they will redraw the brackets. So Wood River could be in the East bracket or the West bracket. They could host or they could travel. We'll know tomorrow morning. But 1st and goal here for Gothenburg. The Swedes, they don't want to think about Wood River's travel plans. They're trying to protect things here as they run the bootleg out to the right side for Ellis. Ellis scrambling around, brings it across the 5-yard line, and eventually makes a nice gainer of it out to about the 14 before he's pulled out of bounds. Originally, it looked like Wood River was going to be able to at least threaten for his safety, as Ellis on that bootleg was well diagnosed by the Eagles, but it was able to turn on the speed and get it out for a gain of about 8. So it'll be 2nd and 2 from the 14.
It was a good run by Ellis. As you said, he was about down there for a safety, and he just kind of snuck out of there and picked up 8 yards.
He was about 2 yards deep in the end zone as he was able to finally turn it upfield. And again, split back formation for Gothenburg, but they have the 2 tight ends, wing back wide out to the right. Ellis calls out the signals, and we'll hand it in underneath to Framberg. Framberg breaks 1 tackle and makes a nice gain of about 10 on the play before he's finally being pulled down by Navratil, and also down there is Adam Krolikowski. But it's going to set up 1st and goal here for Gothenburg. And again for the Swedes, they need to have some big plays. I think their running attack is really their most effective way of trying to get the ball in the end zone, but they need to get in pretty quickly.
They do. Time is definitely not their friend at this moment.
Quick pitch out to Framberg. Framberg on the outside, cuts it back inside the 30, cuts it back outside again, breaks 1 tackle, and is pulled down from behind at the 40-yard line. Krolikowski took 1 shot at him as Framberg turned the corner and then was able to follow the play from behind. Great hustle by Krolikowski. And if Krolikowski isn't there, Framberg may have had a chance of taking it in for the touchdown. He would have had a stiff arm or at least slip through 1 more tackler, but there was only 1 guy left for Wood River if it wasn't for the hustle for Krolikowski. I formation this time for the Swedes. 2 tight ends, wing back wide out to the left as kind of a split end, and they'll hand the ball up underneath. They'll fake the handoff, rather. Ellis will throw. The ball is almost intercepted by Brazino at the 50, trying to connect it over there to Grunwald. And again, I've said this before, Ellis, great job of ball faking.
Yeah, he kind of keeps the ball down by his hip, it looks like, and then this is the last, brings it up and gets a throw. I mean, you can't tell where he's coming, where the ball's going to go from up here.
Well, I can't tell. I mean, you might be able to tell. I can't tell. 28 seconds ago here, 3rd quarter, 28-6, Wood River over Gothenburg. 2nd and 10 from the 39 here, as Gothenburg's trying to mount a 95-yard touchdown drive. That's what they need to do. Ellis is going to run the option to the right, cut it back up, right up the middle, gain about 5, break 1 tackle, and is just knifed down after a gain of about 8 on the play. And coming up to close things up there for Wood River, I believe, is Jancy. As Jancy come up there and just knifed into Ellis after a gain of about 7 on the play. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 from the 47. They need to get the ball. If they make it to the 50-yard line, they'll have enough for the 1st down, and we'll determine whether or not they can do that when we start the 4th quarter. We're through with 3 quarters of football, and Wood River with a comfortable 28-6 lead. Gothenburg will have the football on a key 3rd down conversion attempt We'll have that when we come back after this, as they'll have it 3rd and 3 from the 47, and they need to get some points on the board. They're probably in 4-down territory the rest of the game, trailing it right now by 22 points.
They really need to strike kind of quick here and get some points on the board, and then maybe use a little trickery and onside kick or something. Gothenburg needs some points, and if they're going to stay alive, they got to get them pretty quick.
And that 7-minute drive, even though it didn't score any points for Wood River in the third quarter, that is a huge drive. That is just doing exactly what you need to do to win a football game like this. And good play calling. They ran the ball pretty effectively, even though they didn't get points on the board. It was a great drive here for Wood River. But right now it's 3rd and 5 for Gothenburg. And Ellis calling out the signals, and they're going to hand the ball off. No, he's going to keep it on the option. Now pitches that to Palmberg, and he turns the corner, has enough for the first down, and is forced out of bounds about the 40-yard line. Pramberg with a nice little scramble and gains about 13 on the play, more than enough for the first down. And so Gothenburg keeps the drive alive, and I don't think it was designed this way, but Pramberg also goes out of bounds to stop the clock.
Again, they ran that option that time, and Pramberg had to make up about 5 yards before he was in any positive yardage, and it just seems to me like they could get him a little bit better field position before he can start gaining yards.
So this time they're going to drop in the I formation. Ellis throwing, looking for Pramberg. Pramberg's pass is tipped by Krolikowski, and Krolikowski almost able to pick up the tip ball for the interception. Had he been able to find the ball up in the air, he would have been able to make the pick. Krolikowski, who plays defensive end, dropped back in coverage and stepped up there and almost intercepted the pass intended for Pramberg. That's a play that has worked pretty effectively for Gothenburg, and a good adjustment by Wood River to stop that play. So it'll be now 2nd and 10 from the 42. They'll split the backs, will the Swedes. 2 tight ends still. Wing back wide out to the left. Ellis drops back to pass. Has time to throw. Looking for a receiver and is caught on the far sideline. Nice reception by Daniel Gronwald, as Gronwald kept both feet in bounds inside the 30-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a first down. And a player for Wood River is down on the field. And it looks like a cramp over there, as actually the Gothenburg coaching staff is helping out the Wood River player that's down on the field.
It's a nice gesture by the Gothenburg coaching staff to run out there and help him.
Absolutely.
Those cramps can be pretty painful.
Yeah, we have an injury on the field. We're going to take a quick timeout. It'll be 1st and 10 Gothenburg when we come back after this.
JR at Thalen Grain knows what time it is. It's playoff time, and it's time to rock and roll. And for area farm families, JR says it's harvest time. Good luck to everyone from Thalen Grain Company, Wood River.
Well,
Casey's General Store wishes the
look like they're going to have to work on the Wood River player, but Aaron Robinson able to hop back up as he works out the cramp, and he's a pretty tough kid anyway. 1st and 10 from the 30 here for Gothenburg. One back set this time, as they have 2 wideouts for the Swedes. They still have 2 tight ends. And Ellis drops back to pass, has time to throw. Throws out to the right, and it is incomplete. Trying to connect out there on the left side there for Mark Abilene, and Abilene not able to make the reception, so it's going to set up now 2nd and 10 from the 30. Oh, good pass. There gives Elise. Swedes again are going to go with the same sort of look. They're going to have 2 wideouts, 2 tight ends, and 1 back in the backfield behind Ellis. Ellis will run the option and be hit from behind and knocked back for a loss. Great defensive. Dimmitt. And Dimmitt just comes right up and was able to track down the receiver.
and cheerleaders, good luck and good times. And don't forget to stop by Casey's General Store in Wood River after the big game for all the good stuff. Go team!
The Aurora Co-op Elevator Company applauds the Wood River Eagles. Go team! Remember to let the Aurora Co-op Elevator assist you with field scouting, soil testing, and all your consulting needs. Aurora Co-op Elevator, Wood River.
Anderson Ford Lincoln Mercury in Grand Island would like to wish all the area athletes good luck. Come see all the brand new 97s. And if you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, Anderson Ford Lincoln Mercury has a great selection. Anderson Ford Lincoln Mercury, Grand Island.
Foots Convenience Plaza is your first stop in town and your last stop out of town. Count on Foots Convenience Plaza for coastal products, all your favorite snack items, and U-Haul rentals too. Foots Convenience Plaza, East Highway 30, Kearney.
Stop by Wendy's after the game for the perfect late-night snack. It's Wendy's 99-cent quarter-pound double-stacked cheeseburger. 2 patties of fresh beef served hot off the grill for just 99 cents. It's a sure winner with the after-game crowd. See you tonight.
Kearney Keno now with 2 locations, 2115 Avenue A, and a new location at the Big Apple Fun Center. Lunch specials daily. And remember,
Where there's always room for you, Kearney Keno.
Our apologies. We had technical difficulties there, but we've got them remedied. At least we hope. But while we were gone, Ellis was intercepted by Wood River's Jason Morgan, and Morgan puts Wood River right now in great position as they'll have the football 1st and 10 from about the 22-yard line. And the important thing is that they have the football and the chance to run out the last 10 minutes and 45 seconds of this football game.
Ellis was shaken up on that last play. He got hit pretty hard on that pass that Morgan intercepted.
As there was pretty good pressure on the quarterback, and pressure a lot of times will lead to those sorts of mistakes. So our apologies for the technical difficulties. 1st and 10 for Kavanaugh and Wood River. Pass out, caught by Polk, and Polk has enough for the first down and stays in bounds for Wood River. So a great job of holding on to the football for Polk, and a good touch on that pass for Kavanaugh. That was not a hard-thrown ball, but it was a well-thrown ball.
That was a great pass right out to the sidelines and a great catch, and Wood River's not going to abandon their passing attack even after being ahead in the ball game.
But they, actually, they got to keep the clock moving because they're doing a great job of throwing the football and keeping the ball in play. And Kavanaugh this time is able to make the pitch out to the left side to Navratil, and Navratil is forced out of bounds, it would appear, on the near sideline after just a slight gain on the play of maybe about a half yard, and it's going to take second. And actually, they don't move the yardsticks at all. It's going to be 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10, but the clock is stopped here. So Wood River needs to try to get the clock moving, and we'll see what they do here on 2nd and 10. They'll split out the 2 backs. Wide out to the right side of the field is Johnson. Kavanaugh rolls out, looking for Johnson, steps back to throw. Johnson is open, and it's over his fingertips and incomplete at the 42-yard line. So now it's going to be 3rd and 10 for Wood River with 10:05 to go here in the ball game.
That coverage by Anthony Mann that time, he sure gave Johnson a cushion. I'm sure he was instructed to do that at halftime. He gave him a cushion, and Johnson just kind of outran that cushion, and he actually, if he would have completed the pass, probably would have scored.
Tonight's game brought to you in part here on Power 99 by your Kearney Target Store, Double D Plumbing of Wood River, and S.A. Foster Lumber of Wood River. Certainly like to thank all of our sponsors for helping us bring you coverage of Gothenburg and Wood River. 3rd and 10 for the Eagles. Quick pass to Johnson. Johnson makes the catch at about the 39-yard line, but still going to be about 5 yards short of the first down, and Johnson runs out of bounds, so it stops the clock. So even though it gains 5, it would not be something you would call a protective play for Wood River.
I saw Coach Frost on the sideline that time kind of shake his head, but there's nothing really Johnson can do. He ran that pattern. That was really a sideline pattern to run out of bounds, so Johnson did what he could.
So 4th and 5, and now Johnson will be in punt formation for Wood River. And for Gothenburg, they are going to have 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. Kind of looks like they might be coming after it. Johnson gets the punt, kind of a side kick, a low kick, and it's bouncing at the 40 and is rolling down inside the 25-yard line. No return here for Gothenburg, and the ball is down over there by David Jancy. So now Gothenburg still has time in this one. They're down 28-6 with 9:51 to go here in the 4th quarter. And they're going to probably have to start going to the air a little bit more often. They don't have to abandon the running game entirely, but they need to score 3 touchdowns in the next 10 minutes, so they can only average about 2 minutes a drive.
It sure can be done. You know, I've seen crazier things happen, but they're really going to have to start kind of hitting the air here and air it out, something they don't particularly do very well.
Plenty of things have happened, just not very often. 28-6, 9:51 to go here. I formation for Gothenburg on 1st and 10 from the 24. And off in the backfield to Golter. And in at quarterback is Matt Pramberg. So Pramberg is in. Jeff Ellis is not in the ball game at the moment. And they are working on him over there on the bench. And he is getting the undivided attention of the training staff for Gothenburg.
It's really a big injury for Gothenburg because they have to move their leading runner back to play quarterback, and they lose a lot back in that running back position.
But again, the passing attack is probably what they're going to need to do as Pramberg steps in under center. Pramberg will take the snap, will roll back, looks like he's going to throw. He throws, and it is caught underneath at the 30-yard line. The completion is made by J.P. Thomala, and it's going to be now 3rd and about 5 here for Gothenburg. And we're inside the 9-minute mark.
It's a good play to get a new quarterback adjusted in there to kind of just ran a short 5-yard pattern there, and he was able to complete the pass.
So it's going to be baptism by fire at the quarterback position for Matt Pramberg, as Pramberg, who also plays linebacker, will step in at quarterback. And kind of a delicate position for a guy that likes to bang heads as hard as Pramberg does. So 3rd and 5, and he's going to run the option, keep it himself, tuck it up underneath, and he is knocked down defensively by the pursuit by Alan Mcdowell. McDowell just ran down the line, and it looks like Pramberg is down, and he is holding his leg. So Pramberg is down. They're going to take a look at him, and it's going to be 4th and about 3 coming up here for Gothenburg. As they attend to Pramberg, we're going to take a quick break. We're back after this.
Shop Target and Kearney for all your sports needs, from the attire to the snacks for the big game. You'll find all your sports equipment at Target, too, whether you're an amateur or a pro. Expect more, pay less at Target. North 2nd Avenue, Kearney.
Kiss your printing problems goodbye at Lisa's Instant Print. With 19 years of service, you can trust Lisa's to handle all your printing, from small to large orders, even color copies. Lips, under the big red lips on the corner at 824 West 24th in Kearney. Ready to celebrate a victory? Ready to rehash the game? Then bring the gang to Mickey Finn's. Great food, great service, and lots of TVs to keep you updated on all the latest scores. Mickey Finn's, 1015 South 2nd Avenue in Kearney.
Well, good news and bad news for Gothenburg. The bad news is Matt Pramberg's coming out of the ball game. The good news is it looks like he's going to be okay. And the good news also for Gothenburg is that Jeff Ellis checks back in at quarterback. So Ellis not badly hurt. Pramberg has to sit out one play, and it's 4th and 2. Gothenburg, of course, will be going for it on 4th and 2. Ellis drops back to pass. The pressure's coming. Pass in underneath. It is caught. Open for the first down to the tight end, and the tight end smacked by Johnson at about the 42-yard line. And the reception, we still didn't see the jersey number over there. The reception is made by Thomala. So Thomala makes the catch, and they cleared out everybody and just kind of brought in the tight end on a little delay. He made the catch, and it's enough for the first down. And here comes Pramberg back into the ball game for the Swedes. So 7.5 minutes to go here, and Gothenburg running out of time. They're trailing 28-6. They are moving the football. They have it 1st and 10 from the 42. I formation for Gothenburg. Ellis at quarterback, drops back to pass, pump fakes, throws it deep, and it's a jump ball, and it's incomplete. And I'll tell you what, Alan Mcdowell went up and said howdy to Jeff Ellis in a big way. McDowell at 260 pounds was running full bore and just plastered Jeff Ellis as he let go of the football.
You know, Randy, that 260 is not put on about a 5'11 frame either. That is a big kid. He's got to be about 6'5", 6'6". I hope he does not wear a Wood River basketball uniform.
Well, we'll We'll see. But he came up there and just absolutely drilled Jeff Ellis. And the jump ball is incomplete. Could have been intercepted just as easily as caught for Gothenburg. Quick little inside delay. Then they're going to fake that. Pitch it to Pramberg. Pramberg tries to turn the corner on the far side. Ends up gaining about 5 yards on the play. And Gothenburg did a lot of things on that play. They faked the inside reverse. They kind of ran the option and then pitched it out to Pramberg. And Pramberg ends up gaining about 6 on the play. We'll call it now 3rd and 4 from the 49-yard line. The Gothenburg Swedes trying to put the ball back into Wood River territory with less than 7 minutes to go here in the ball game. They split the running backs. And Ellis drops back to pass on 3rd down. Throws it in underneath. It's caught for the 1st down. And I think it's Thomala who again makes the catch down there. Nope, not Thomala that time, but rather Bryce Anderson. Bryce Anderson, I think, making it. No, that's got to be Gronwald. So Gronwald makes the catch. And it's good enough for the 1st down at the 42-yard line. But again, the clock is moving. 6:24 to go here in the ball game. And again, Gothenburg is moving the football, but Wood River is making them take some time off the clock to do it. Ellis going to drop back to pass. Steps up, throws it right side. It's caught, and then he's knocked out of bounds. Making the reception is Thomala, and Thomala is knocked out of bounds by Wood River's David Mead. But that stops the clock with 6:09 to go here in the ball game, and it's a gain of about 5. Tonight's game brought to you in part on Power 99 by Lisa's Instant Print Service of Kearney, by Casey General Store of Wood River, and also Mickey Finn's of Kearney and Grand Island.
As we were talking about earlier, it just appears that Gothenburg, they're going 5-10 yards a shot on this pass. They just don't have a long pass or a breakaway play to run.
Quick pitch right side to Pramberg. Pramberg cuts up the middle. He's in the secondary, cuts it to the inside, and is knocked down inside the 18-yard line. Almost going in for the touchdown, saving the TD is Mead, as that had good blocking on the point of attack to the outside. Pramberg read his blocks well and almost goes in for the touchdown. They'll stop the clock with 6:01 to go here in the 4th quarter. Just enough time to move the chains, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 17-yard line. We'll call it the 16. High formation for the Swedes. Ellis drops back to pass. Throws it. It's caught and knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The reception is made by Thomala at about the 5-yard line, right in front of Jason Morgan. And Morgan gives up about 4 inches over there. And a big target is Thomala. Thomala with a nice catch. So it's 1st and goal from the 5, inside 6 minutes left. The clock stops with 5:57 to go here in the ball game.
Thomala really is a pretty big target. He's got a good set of hands and has really done. He's caught 4 passes on this drive. And
Gothenburg breaks the huddle, and then they retreat as they're actually going to go over on the far side and measure for the 1st down to see whether or not it is indeed 1st and goal. They already have 1st and goal put up on the scoreboard, but they're going to measure here just to make sure. So the chain guys have to run clear to the other side of the field, stretch them out.
It's pretty hard on those chain guys. Probably the farthest they've run all year. You got to give the chain guys guff.
It's enough for the 1st down. You know, my brother's a chain guy.
Well,
he'll take you out.
If you weren't doing this, Bush, you'd probably be a chain guy.
Yes, so. You know, to be involved in the game, I probably would. 5:57 to go here in the ball game. And Gothenburg moving the football. And they're trying to cut Wood River's lead down to 2 touchdowns. Still a 3-possession game as Ellis barks out the signals on 1st and goal. They fake the handoff, run the option. Ellis is going to keep it himself, cut up, hit at the 2, pulling the pile forward a little bit, and it's going to be close to the touchdown. Going to be just short, though. And we're going to have a timeout by Gothenburg. Gothenburg calls timeout with 5:44 to go here in the ball game. It's 28-6. Wood River with the lead, but Gothenburg is threatening. We're back after this.
Stop by Barney Insurance and see how you can save money by combining your home and auto insurance. Our drive-thru is now open to serve you better.
Protecting you today for tomorrow. Barney Insurance.
Midwest Audio is Mid-Nebraska's audio-video leader and has been for the past 21 years. Sound for your car, sound for your home, sound for your life. If you want sound, then you want Midwest Audio Company in the downtown Kearney Center.
A lot of places have guarantees, but U-Save's freshness guarantee is 200% on all perishable items. You work hard for your family food dollar, so buy the best. Farm fresh produce, USDA choice quality beef. U-Save, top of the hill, Kearney.
Welcome back here to Wood River. It is 2nd and goal for Gothenburg at the 1-yard line, actually inside the 1. The Swedes call timeout to stop the clock with 5:44 to go here in regulation, 28-6. Wood River with the lead. And they want to actually force more time off the clock here for Gothenburg. Ellis in under center as they split into the split back formation. Steps under center now. Takes the snap. Will hand it off and hit, but then going in for the touchdown is Nolan Golter. As Golter goes in from a yard out for our first touchdown of the second half, and that makes it now 28-12. They have 13 on the scoreboard, but it is 28-12 with 5:40 to go here in regulation. Of course, it'll be a 2-point conversion coming up here for Gothenburg. They went for 2 on their first touchdown as well. So Golter goes in for the 1-yard touchdown plunge, and here comes the 2-point conversion attempt. Ellis will have the split backs behind him, takes the snap, pitches it to Pramberg. Pramberg, student body right, hit in the backfield and actually loses a yard on the 2-point conversion attempt. So the try for point is no good. We'll have the onside kick with Wood River leading it 28-12 when we come back after this.
Dedication and teamwork earned the Wood River football team a spot in the state playoffs. Way to go, Eagles, and keep up the good work. Best wishes from the Apfel Funeral Home in Wood River.
The Bank of Wood River says bank on the Wood River football team and their dedication and their full line of financial services. The Bank of Wood River, service you can bank on. Member FDIC. Good luck, Eagles. Cargill Incorporated Wood River wishes best of luck to the Eagles football team on the field and in the classroom. And remember, Cargill handles all incoming and outgoing corn and soybean needs. South 140th Road, Wood River.
Welcome back here to Wood River as the hands team is stepping up for Wood River. Krolikowski's on the receiving front line for Wood River. Also coming in is Jason Miller, one of the tight ends. And Gothenburg is going to have 7 players on the left side of the football. So that's more than likely where they're going to try the onside kick off to the left. Stepping up for Gothenburg to try the onside kick will be Tom Hicken. And Hicken actually is going to have one of his teammates kick the ball. Krolikowski just catches it right on the bounce, right into the gut at the 45-yard line. And that's one of the nice things about having a single digit up there on the front line on the hands team, especially when it comes straight on the bounce and goes right to him.
Yeah, that's as good as an onside kick is. I mean, the kick was poor, but it was a good recovery. The ball just didn't do much movement, and Krolikowski just caught it right in his gut and fell down.
Jamie Steuben also did the kicking off. Hicken set the ball up, and then Steuben, who was the first guy off to his right, actually ran up and kicked the football. Wood River not at all fooled by that little bit of trickery, and they have it 1st and 10 from the 45. And again, for the Eagles, they're not concerned about points. They want to take about 5 minutes and 37 seconds off the clock. Kavanaugh is going to hand it off right in underneath. Robinson running hard, loses the football, but he should be called down, and they are going to call him down. Robinson was pulled down, hit his back, and then after he hit the turf, that's when the ball came loose. It is a gain of about 6, and it's going to set up now 2nd and 4 with 5:20 to go. Wood River holds on to the football, and they get the clock moving. They'll be inside of 5 minutes before they even snap this play off. Just a little bit of a moment of excitement. The referee's making the right call here, so it's going to be 2nd and 4. Gain of 6, the ball at the 49-yard line. Kavanaugh, quick count. There's a fumble on the exchange. Flags on the play. This is going to be a dead ball. It doesn't matter who recovers the football. This is going to be a legal procedure penalty against Wood River, which actually isn't bad considering they had fumbled the exchange. So it's going to set up now 2nd and 9 and stop the clock with 4:57 to go here in the ball game, but at least they still have the football.
Yeah, Gothenburg can't catch a break right now. The fumble on the previous play was a good call by the officials, and they have a bad exchange there and blown dead by an illegal procedure.
Which, again, is the right call. It's unfortunate for Gothenburg, but it is the right call. So 2nd and 9 here for Wood River as they have the ball now at the 46-yard line after having it at the 49. Kavanaugh is going to drop back to pass, throws it to Johnson. Johnson makes the catch and is forced out of bounds, and it looks like he has enough for the first down. Yes, he does. They mark it down inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line, and by about a yard, he has enough for the first down. Gain of 10 on just a quick little pass there for Johnson, and Johnson moves the sticks, and Wood River is going to maintain possession for at least 3 more downs, barring some sort of turnover, some sort of catastrophe for Wood River.
I'll tell you, there's one word you definitely cannot use to describe Wood River's offense, and that is conservative.
Absolutely not. They like to throw the football, but, it's been working for them. Kavanaugh's going to run the option, pitch it to Robinson. Dangerous pitch, but Robinson makes the catch, breaks a tackle, cuts inside the 40, has it at the 35, breaks another tackle, pulls down 2 more players, loses the football, but it goes out of bounds at the 29-yard line. And again, Gothenburg, like you said, just can't catch a break. Robinson running hard, good, strong move. He loses the football out of bounds. That will stop the clock, but Wood River will maintain possession, and they'll have yet another first down. And I guess Wood River really would like to just move the clock, but, hey, if they got to score a touchdown, they will.
Yeah, that's three plays right now where Gothenburg just couldn't catch a break. The 3 chances and just nothing happening for them.
Wood River, though, making things happen. Johnson, man-to-man coverage on the right. Kavanaugh drops back to pass, pump fakes, throws it to Johnson. Johnson makes the catch, cuts it to the inside, breaks another tackle, scoots to the inside, has it at the 5, and is pulled down at the 2-yard line. Johnson almost got in for the touchdown, just a quick little out there. And I'll tell you, Kavanaugh, when he looks out there and he sees that it's going to be man-to-man coverage on Nathan Johnson, the drool just has to start dripping off of his chin.
Oh, you can see it all the way up here. I mean, that's a quarterback's dream when your best receiver's got man coverage. It's kind of weird that Gothenburg hasn't maybe double-teamed or went to a little zone coverage on Johnson because he's burned him for probably around 200 yards receiving tonight.
And if you're going to go man, you got to be right in his front, right in his face. You can't give him that pad. Quarterback sneak here for Kavanaugh on 1st and goal, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. A gain of about 1, so it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1. And again, for Wood River, that keeps the clock moving. So even though they don't get the touchdown, I think they'll be content to just be running between the guards on the next 2 or 3 plays, whatever it takes to get the ball in the end zone.
That'd be the logical thing to do, run between the guards, but I don't see Wood River doing that.
I don't see any reason. I mean, you keep the clock moving. Why stop the clock? Kavanaugh, quarterback sneak, right up the middle, like I said. Awful close to the first down. Gains just minimal yardage there, maybe about the half the length of a football, and it's going to set up now 3rd and goal as Gothenburg calls a timeout, I believe. Gothenburg calls timeout, trailing at 28-12 with 3:24 left. We're back after this.
Everyone at Agricultural Services in Wood River says, go Eagles. Congratulations on a fantastic season. And take it all the way to state. Agricultural Services, your crop production specialists in Wood River.
Call Double D Plumbing for all your plumbing and heating needs. And everyone at Double D wishes the best to the Wood River Eagles, too. Double D Plumbing and Heating in Wood River. 2, 4, 6, 8. The Wood River football team is headed to state. Larry Krause, DDS, tips his hat to the coaches and players on an outstanding season. Keep up the good work. Larry Krause, DDS, downtown Wood River.
Welcome back here to Wood River as the Eagles are trying to throw the knockout punch. It's 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line with 3:24 to go in the ball game. Gothenburg calls their 2nd timeout. They'll have 1 timeout left here in the last 3 minutes and 24 seconds, and give the Swedes credit. They're not wanting to go without a fight in this one.
It's a big pride stance here for Gothenburg, kind of hold the score down.
Kavanaugh hands it up underneath, and just no room to run there for Robinson. Robinson actually loses maybe a yard and a half, And the Swedes are going to call their final timeout of the ball game with 3:15 to go. It's going to be 4th and goal when we come back after this.
A few nails, glue, and teamwork make the Wood River Eagles #1. Good luck from S.A. Foster Lumber Company, your full-service lumber and hardware store in Wood River. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, 8 to noon on Saturday. S.A. Foster Lumber of Wood River.
Heartland Co-op, serving South Central Nebraska, wishes the best to the Wood River coaching staff, the boys, the cheerleaders, and the students. You're all winners. Good luck from Heartland Co-op, serving South Central Nebraska.
Welcome back here to Wood River as the Eagles are leading at 28-12 with 3:15 to go. They have it 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. And again, after getting the ball down very close, they're content to run the ball to keep the clock moving, but perhaps their running attack isn't the strength of their football team, as they've been stuffed for the first 3 plays here since getting at 1st and goal. But it's now 4th and goal. Kavanaugh is going to roll out, pitch it to Robinson. Robinson has an angle. If he can get there, breaks one tackle, goes in for the touchdown. One man had a shot at him, but Robinson, with a little bit of a stiff arm, strong running, and he gets past Pramberg and goes in for the touchdown. So Robinson makes it 34-12 with 3:05 to go in the ball game. So after Gothenburg scores the touchdown, they try the onside kick, and Wood River answers back with a 55-yard touchdown drive, capitalized by Robinson, who had the 2-yard run. So it's 34-12 with 3:09 to go, and the extra point attempt coming up here for Burkholz. The kick is up, and it is good. So it's 35-12. We're back after this.
JR at Thalen Grain knows what time it is. It's playoff time, and it's time to rock and roll. And for area farm families, JR says it's harvest time. Good luck to everyone from Thalen Grain Company, Wood River.
Casey's General Store wishes the Wood River football team and cheerleaders good luck and good times. And don't forget to stop by Casey's General Store in Wood River after the big game for all the good stuff. Go team!
Back here to Wood River, and our technical difficulties are coming back to just a little bit again. We're having a little bit of difficulty with our phone, so if we fade out on you, we're certainly going to apologize in advance, and we'll try to do what we can. But there's 3:09 to go here in the ball game, and the fate of this has pretty much been decided. Wood River has the kick; it goes out of bounds. So Gothenburg, I'm sure, will just be taking the ball after they accept the penalty at the 35-yard line with 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go here, as they are trailing River 35-12. And this one pretty much all over but the shouting. Wood River will be back in action again Monday, and we will have that game for you right here on Power 99, and I guarantee we'll have the phones in better working order come Monday. But if the phone's going to die, let's do it with 23-point lead with 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go.
What happened to us last week, we probably would have been shot by a few fans.
That's right. We had a great game last week. 1-point ball game between St. Paul and Ord. So 3:09 to go here. I formation for Gothenburg, 2 tight ends. And Ellis is going to drop back to pass, throws it out to Pramberg, and Pramberg hit in the backfield. And finally making the tackle over there is Justin Paulk. The first one there was Luke McTavish. McTavish wasn't able to make the tackle, but Paulk's able to wrap things up, and it's going to be actually a loss of about 3 on the play. It's going to set up 2nd and 13 from the 32. Inside 3 minutes to go here in the ball game. 35-12, Wood River with the lead over Gothenburg, and they're going to run the reverse to Pramberg. Pramberg is now going to throw the football, and it is incomplete at the 45-yard line. Just a little bit underthrown as he was trying to hook up with Tomala, and it's going to set up 3rd and 13 from the 32. And again for Gothenburg, they just don't want to give up in this one. They're out of timeouts, they're down by 23 points, and they're giving it everything they got.
Gothenburg really hasn't given up in this game, though, and they're still out there. Their starters are still trying hard. And for the seniors, it's their last game, and they just want to go out fighting.
So 2:35 left to go here in the ball game. And 3rd and 13 for the Swedes. Pump fake for Ellis. Ellis with time to throw. Still has time to throws it deep, and Wood River is there and can't make the interception, but they're able to knock the ball away from the intended receiver. Trying to get it out there for Thamala, and it is incomplete. So the incomplete pass, and it's going to set up now 4th and 13.
Gothenburg definitely is going to go for it here with under around 2 minutes left, so the punt team's not going to be on and look for some kind of pass with 4th and 13.
And we're trying to fix our technical difficulties again. I formation here for Gothenburg, 4th down. And Ellis rolling out the pass. And it is caught for the first down, and then going out of bounds is Gronwald. Gronwald makes the catch, rather.
Gronwald, great catch that time. Caught it and kind of stumbled out of bounds to stop the clock. Picked up about 15 on the play. So it's a 1st and 10 now for Gothenburg.
So 7 here, 1st and 10. They split out the back. And Ellis is in at quarterback, drops back to throw for Gothenburg. Has time to throw, throws it in. The pass is tipped, and it is incomplete. So the pass is incomplete. By Jason Morgan. So Morgan almost makes the interception. Morgan almost makes the interception with 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go here in the ballgame.
Morgan probably had the best chance to catch that pass than probably any Gothenburg receiver has. It just went off his fingertips. Would have been his 2nd interception on the game.
But 3rd and 10 rather, with 2:04 to go here in the contest. The Swedes, give them credit, they got the ball across Wood River's 50-yard line and trying to answer back here. Again, we apologize for all the technical problems we're having, but as I say, at least we're waiting till the game's pretty well decided. We're rolling out the pass on 3rd and 10 is Ellis. Ellis is going to run with it now. Fakes the pitch, breaks 1 tackle, and ends up gaining about 7 yards, and it's going to set up now 4th and 3. So this is the season for Gothenburg. If they don't get the first down, it's going to be Wood River with a chance to just run out the clock and hold on to that 35-12 lead.
Actually, Gothenburg did pick up the first down that last play.
We have a 1st and 10, but now Gothenburg is going to send in the 2nd unit. So the 2nd offensive unit is going to step into the ball game, and Wood River right now is trying to circle the wagons and find their 2nd team defense to come in there as well. They'll send in 3 right now. We'll probably get the change of the other 8 here in just a few moments. In fact, Gothenburg does have a lot of their 2nd team defensive players